The match still at 9 o'clock tonight, right? Alright. Alright. I'll just do the starting soon screen and then. Who gets first pick? Alright. D4 gets first pick. Expandable chooses the map. Alright. Okay. 1 second, use the bathroom, and then we can start. Experimental wants Kyogre. D4 gets second pick. There'll always be more. I did not hear about that. Hold on. I left this match like 4 minutes ago. Why wouldn't it let me leave? Ay, ay, ay. All right, I'm gonna need like 4 more minutes if that's cool with everybody. All right. Okay, there's the lobby code. Yeah, I see it. Like, one person on this team is missing. No. Hello, everybody. Sorry about the wait. Had some difficulties. We're back with Lotus League. We got Experimental versus Division 4 Gaming. Match is about to start up pretty soon. Just waiting for one person to use the restroom, and then we get things started. D4 will be having the second pick, and Experimental elected to start off on Kyogre.
Pop plushes of Pokemon.
Looks like the last member has entered, and we could start things off.
There we go.
Just waiting for the go-ahead. So I don't think I've seen Experimental play here before. Do you know anything about them, Umi? They're brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Brand new
There's a lot
team.
of brand new teams that joined. It's like 3 so far.
Yes, I know of D4 Gaming. I've seen them play in the Articuno Unite League. They did pretty well there. Now let's see what this new team has in store. Looks like everyone is ready. And hold on, we got one member from one of the teams here. Everything all right, dude?
We can't hear you if you're talking. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, they're ready. Cool.
Cool. Yeah.
Let's start.
Yep. You have the start button.
Yeah, I did.
Cool.
I was like, let's start. I was like, press.
Press the button, Umi. Press the button.
Press the button. Crunk. No, it's the lever.
Pull the lever, crunk.
Pull the lever, crunk. Ooh, Mega Luca, bam.
You know, as the weeks are going on, I don't think Mega Lucario is a strong ban in my opinion. I think there's plenty of counterplay. Yeah, Blastoise, he's definitely worth the ban. He's a menace. But don't worry. Yeah, he's gonna have his comeuppance very soon. Followed by that, we have a Psyduck ban. Psyduck, he's very deceiving. He's very bulky, and he's practically a stun bot. No matter what he does, he's stunning you, so his team can follow up. So I do agree with this ban. Same with Vaporeon, another stun bot, and it's also very bulky, and it just keeps healing. It doesn't stop. Doesn't know how to stop. We're also going to take Clefable off the board. Don't want any Moonlight healing or Gravity shenanigans. Neither team likes healing or bulk. That seems to be the theme here. We're going to have Walt Jr. on the first pick for Division 4. Let's see what he opens up with. A lot of choices, a lot of mons on board. There's like 80-something Pokemon in this game. He's going to open up with a Mega Gyarados. Hopefully he gets that Mega Meter filled up ASAP. I just realized, Charizard Y's on the board. You guys know the rules. You're supposed to ban that thing. I forgot he was in the game. There he is. So how?
They gotta get used to the one one move set.
Yeah, that's gonna be a rule on all of us pretty soon. I'm not looking forward to that. But anyway, they have the Mega Charizard White Band, and they pick Slowbro too, so Slowbro's a good counter to that, so they're gonna have to pick something else. Which, now looking at their bans, they also banned Mimikyu, so this might have been the plan all along. So far, we got Gyarados, Clefairy, Blissey, and Mew. And they got a Machamp on their side. That's another unstoppable man in his shorts. Running in there with submission, being unstoppable, and you're just gonna grab somebody and suplex them.
Oh, these are pretty balanced so far against each other.
I would say so, but I would like to see a counter for the Charizard White from Division 4. I haven't seen a counter yet. It's gonna be a huge problem.
I mean, you could, if you format with the Blissey alt, and then you just use coaching to add shields with the Electro Ball, and then you do help with resets, and then you just swarm with Mega Gyarados, you can basically just, if you time it right, he's not really a threat anymore.
Well, that timing better be on point.
I know how to torture Charizards because they always target my Glaceon, so I found it personal.
And, well, we gotta see what they're gonna do here.
Combo suplex.
Combo suplex. Well, I will say Division 4 definitely has more damage on their side if that Scizor is really a Scyther, especially if that's the case. And they have more range. Let's see if they can use it to their advantage. But at the same time, what does range matter in the face of Suplex City? Oh, we got a gold badge Slowbro and a gold badge Eldegoss. I mean, there were months when the game came out, so it makes sense to have gold badges on them now. I just, you rarely see it these days. They must know what they're doing, right? They must know. They must know. All right, let's get things started. We're going to have the Fish and the Egg heading in the top lane, followed by Slowbro and, Snorlax and Mew heading to the bottom. Scyther is going to be in the jungle. On the flip side, we got Sylveon and Slowpoke heading on bottom themselves. Charizard White's the jungler, and Machop and Eldegoss is on top. D4 should definitely have the easier time securing. They got and Electro Ball. It's deadly to deal with, and that's a lot of damage. And it's showing here. They're gonna have to back off. They're taking a lot of damage here. Meanwhile, back in the top lane, but Chop might get a KO on this Chansey, but not quite yet. But they created passivity so they can secure all this farm. And it's gonna have to get his bar filled ASAP. He has good progress, but he's gonna have to keep it up. Both junglers here are over at the top. We have Charizard and Scyther. They're securing the contested farm. It is 9 o'clock right now, and in 10 seconds, we're going to have 850 contested bees. E4 has 4 members up top, so should be able to secure this easily, and they do. Now they get a chance to back up here. No one's KO'd yet, so that's good. Everyone's playing their lives. That's very good to see. Score is 4-6. We're just getting started here. Everyone's returning to neutral. Everyone's getting their farm. Nature is healing right now. But can Slowbro get these secures? Oh, that's going to be the heavy slam from Snorlax. Back here over at the top, Magikarp, he's still a little behind. If he gets the rest of this farm here, he should be a Gyarados at level 5. Which is what he's going to need. It's almost time for Reggie Drago. Speak of the devil, it's right here. Who's going to be playing for it? Looks like Division 4 has more members on it, in the pit at least. I'm going to have 3 of experimental, but I don't think they have quite the damage to deal with it. There's the heavy slam, creating a lot of disturbances, but there goes Snorlax. He goes down, and Blissey might follow suit. There's the Soul Beam, but that's not enough damage. And Experiment was controlling the Kyogre pit. But who's going to be able to secure it? It's going to be Scyther, and he gets out of dodge. There's me with the entry damage with the Solar Beam. Such a good move. Great for bush checking, great for entry damage. 720 Bs are about to show up here. Who's going to get this secure right here? Experimental's kind of all over it. They look like they're going to fight for the bottom here, and D4's going to fight for top, leaving just Snorlax. He can't quite defend it, but they're not really making a big push for it just yet. He's trying to get any kind of farm he can get. Scyther here is almost at level 9. That's going to be very important coming here for the first Reggie objective besides Drago. It's going to be Reggie Ice at the top and Reggie Leggy at the bottom. And it's secured by Gyarados. That should be an easy break. Back here at the bottom, Sonic is just getting any piece of food he can get. This is his farm. This is his Arduino. But there is Reggie Leggy. He's going to need backup. Actually, it broke. I don't think they're going to continue the pushing here. Experimental has a level 7 Machoke. He needs to be a Machamp ASAP. He needs to hurry this up. There goes Mega Gary. Not quite Mega yet, but he doesn't need it for that KO. And there it is on a Sylveon. Choke expecting to see what he can pick up, but there's no farm around here. He's going to have to back up. Back down at the bottom. D4 might make a play for bottom, but there is a lot of farm up, and they elect to go farm. Agreed. Alex can't quite get that score in. Someone was being cognizant of the goal, leaving it protected. He might try again, though. Chop might have seen him. Oh, yeah, they definitely saw him. And he gets the score in. It's going to cost him his life, but hey, he got the score in. It's not level 8 yet. He has blocked the sustain. It might be enough, actually. It is. His team came on time. He played his life really well. Block scales with HP, so the higher HP, though, stronger your shield from block becomes. Scyther here, taking a piece of the community jungle from Experimental. Got to head his way to the top. There hasn't been any major team fight since the beginning of for Reggie Drago. Looks like each team's going to hit their respective objectives. Experimental's going to work on the one con for Reggie Leggy at the bottom, and they're going to wait for the other Reggie up top for D4, actually. It is going to be another Reggie Ice. The experience and the gradual healing is welcomed. At the bottom, we have Jade the Sylveon trying to get a score in and dealing with the Snorlax, being the ever protector of the bottom pad. He's going to be accompanied by Machamp here, getting more experience. Waiting for that Machamp, but he's actually going to go for the farm here. Over at the top, they broke the top pad completely. How did that happen? Well, on one side, it's completely unfiltered. That is technically a win con in itself. Very dangerous coming into the 2-minute mark. The champ ejecting potentially prematurely to get away from the Mew and Chansey, but you never know who's around. Gyarados making his move with a ult of his own, going to become Mega Gyarados, and he's going straight for Machamp. He's going to get ulted by Charizard and ulted by Slowbro. And submission suplex. There's the Machamp ult. Bam! There goes Scyther. Please trying to ult in and reduce some of the damage, and there goes a support on support violence. That's just Mew and Snorlax, so they're gonna have to back up. They're gonna have to give up that Reggie Drago. He got to secure though. Oh my god, that little gremlin. The champ here trying to come out the competition. I don't think he wants to break that. At this point of the game, I do think it's more frugal to leave that pad open to have a bigger overcap once it reaches the 2-minute mark. You get double the points. Well, I agree with that. You have Jade the Sylveon all by itself again. Getting dove by the enemy team inside their ults just to get rid of it. No one any more time on it. We need ults online for both teams here. They're going to have to farm for that. Looks like they're going to be contesting this Reggie Rock here. Another fight. One more fight before Kyogre for levels, it seems like. There's that new Solar Beam doing so much damage. Gyarados goes down, followed by Machamp and Eldegoss. That should be Slowpoke. All right, that is a triple KO for Scyther. Level 14 coming into the Kyogre fight. He is fully prepared. But that might have been D4. Sorry, Experimental's plan all along. If they get KO'd, they get ult charged by 10%. That might have been the plan. We don't have a Mew ult. We don't have a Scyther ult quite yet. I believe now's the time to be aggressive. Champ waiting to pick his moment. Wait. Duplex and an ult. Yep. Oh, he ejected. Oh, the combo drops because that ult sucks. Oh, no. There goes the Mega Gyarados. Charizard hitting the wrong person here, but he's going to ult somebody. And there goes Charizard going down to the side. He got bursted right down. And it's just a Machamp. He doesn't have an ult, but he's got 4 arms. What can he do? Oh no! He needed more arms. Oh. D4 is going to extend their lead, and they don't have to score anymore, but they might as well. It's 5-on-4. That is broken, right? Unguarded. There's going to be no healing, no shields.
Where people try to always hit 1,000 points.
Oh no. The 1,000 points is grief.
Tournament of Power.
I think if you score 1,000 points, there should be immersing ruling and the game just immediately stops.
Well, the last game, somebody scored 1,000 points, remember? The double score comp.
Yep.
Trident and Sable Eye combo that we just saw.
Don't remind me. Those devils.
Still remember.
I still have the scars. Well, that should be it for this game 1. D4 wins that handily at the Ray fight.
That was good. I think they learned from the first fight because I literally texted their coach. I was like, "What was that blue y'all? Why was it late?"
Yep.
But then they fixed it the next time, so they learned.
I feel like it could have been done in their favor had someone been with the Machamp to follow up. They almost had the Mew, but Mew was able to eject because the Machamp ult has 2 parts. The first part doesn't combo into the second part, which is the last hit. They're able to eject button right out of it. Doesn't true combo. That's unfortunate. Let's see these scores here. Final score is 779 and 165. D4's favor. The MVP of this match is Mega Gyarados. 220 points scored, 5 KOs and 7 assists with an 86 overall rating. This Gyarados was doing damage. Lurking under the water, waiting for its chance to strike with 55k damage it shows. Let's see what kind of adjustments Experimental's going to have to make. They're a relatively new team, but they're going to have to adapt on the fly and make a strong draft.
They want Groudon and second pick.
Experimental? Groudon and second pick. Oh, let's see how their team comp changes. Groudon is a very powerful buff to have. Just so much damage is unlocked. You don't want to lose that buff.
So top gets priority, right?
If Experimental wants second pick, then yeah, top team will get priority, correct. Just waiting for the go-ahead from everybody, and then we can begin.
D4 is ready. Experiment is ready to go. And
Yeah, looks like everyone is ready. Let's begin. Get it on.
we were supposed to say pull the lever.
There's no lever. There's only buttons. Push the button.
Imagination.
Imagination.
Let's see these bands right here. How back to order. Nature's healing. Wait, no, it's gonna be a Raichu band. Never mind. I thought it was gonna be Mega Charizard Y. Hey, let's say get this rodent out of here. I don't want to see it. I don't even want to look at it. I don't even want to entertain it. Get it out. Take the turtle with you. No one wants to look at that. Followed by a Psyduck. You know what? You know, honestly, deserved. Get that duck out of here. It's ruining all the fun. I want to play the game too, you know. Yeah, there it is. There it is. There's Mega Charizard wide. Nature is healing. Followed by a Mega Gyarados. Respectable. Old Junior once again on the first pick for D4. What's he gonna open up with this time? Very curious. It's gonna be Mimikyu. That was banned last game, and now it's here. And now it's gonna be Experimental's problem. They're gonna counter that, quote unquote, with a Mamoswine. Makes sense. And a Meowth. That Pokemon's a menace. And he's got the Float Stone. I'm a huge fan. That's my favorite item. You gotta go, go, go. D4 is gonna open up with, or counter with a defender of their own in Blastoise. Sorry, Snorlax. Blastoise is banned.
I was like, wrong color Pokemon, bro.
And he's blue. I just saw blue and I just turned my brain off. I'm like, oh no, not a blue idiot. But yeah.
Teal.
Snorlax and Mew, followed by Slowbro, and it looks like Garchomp. He's still quite debating it. He might choose another all-arounder. Garchomp's not a bad pick, but he would like a supporter with that. Meanwhile, for D4, they're going to have Scyther once again, it looks like, and potentially a Suicune. Honestly, a good ban for Experimental if for the next game, since this is a 3 out of 5, would be to get rid of that Scyther. That Scyther was a problem last game.
Ooh, and Suicune for CC. That's a good choice. Crowd control with the Garchomp. Gonna make it harder for the Garchomp to even try to dive for the Mew.
Let's see. Looks like Jade is the attacker for this team. What attacker will he go with? They got Mega Mewtwo Waya. Excellent choice. A very good attacker. Can be very slippery at times. It has basically 2 ejects in teleport. Has Thigh Strike and CC immunity. So that bond's going to be always be able to do its job.
Ooh, Mewtwo, why? The Mews versus the Mew.
Oh no. Father and son. Always seen as Mewtwo Y as feminine due to the movie, so I'll say Mewther and daughter. The Mewther.
Yeah, I was like, isn't Mew in the movie if you know?
Mew is just Mew. I don't know what it is. Mew is just Mew. That's why I call it the Mewther. All right, let's get game 2 of the set started. Pretty sure Mimikyu's... Oh, Mimikyu won't be the... No, Mimikyu will be the jungler this time around. Bottom, once again, has Mew and Snorlax. That is a very powerful bottom lane. Very excellent secures. Scyther's heading on type. And what is this? Okay, I thought it was going to be an invade, but he might be scoping out the competition. Back here at the bottom, we got Mamoswine and Mewtwo Y. Jade's doing her thing, trying to secure. Secure is not nearly as good as theirs, so actually she's going to have to back up here to get a lot of damage. They have Mamoswine pulling aggro back here. Won't be able to get secure, but he's going to have to get out of dodge here. He's gonna have to tackle away. That gives Mewtwo some room to secure this Arduino right here, uncontested. He's just trying to bloody block here. There is the Meowth. That should be an easy pickings for Meowth. Yep, there it is. But if Meowth is down here, I mean Scyther is up there. Let's check on these guys. We have Scyther and Mimikyu. He's gonna be able to get a quick KO on that. Slowpoke won't be able to stop all that. He's just gonna have to leave. And shredded. Yep. It's a scissor this time around. I got hoodwinked. They wanted the extra bulk. I get it. I get it. I get it. Jade Mega Evolving. She is now Mega Mewtwo Y, bringing on the pain. There is that Future Sight. The way Future Sight work is a target gets marked, they take some damage, they get some stunned, and if there's gonna be bonus damage at the end. That bonus damage accumulates the more her team like attacks that target, capping at 2,000. Oh, and that it pretty much detonated a bomb. It is 7:55 and Regidrago is on deck. No one's playing for it just yet, but oh wait, look. Bottom lane is moving in towards there. Looks like they're gonna fight for it. Or actually fight themselves. U2Y is Mega Evolved once again, putting on a lot of damage. You're gonna have to back up here. Then Mega's about to fade. That gets a score for the Mammoth. Over here at Regidrago. Looks like D4 is gonna be able to secure that. There's just more mans on deck for that objective. And now Mewtwo taking a lot of damage. Gonna have to back up here. The Ascarada is here. Sorry, Mimikyu is here. I'm getting my minds mixed up today. Mega Evolving once again. She's Mega Evolving a lot, which is the sign of a good Mewtwo Y. She'll be able to clean this up, or at least make it back up. Get them points in, get those levels. Both mons are gonna spike at level 7 to get in their second move sets. We got a Meowth at level 9, getting those 34 points in. Back at the top, we have D4 playing for the top control. They're gonna be able to firmly get it. They have the numbers advantage. Scissor's now level 9, along with Mimikyu. Weaken's gonna follow suit soon. Both teams get their respective objectives they were fighting for. There might be a chance for a big overcap at bottom pad, but no one's going to be around on time. The one who had most points was Meow, and he has his hands full. Uh-oh. That should be a destroyed top pad. Massive overcap. 29.
You're like, you want to see score comp? Show you score comp.
Please, no more score comps, please.
See, I told you, they're listening. Here's the 1K points, guys. Set your hearts ablaze.
We almost have a level 9 Mammoth line. That's good pacing here. If you get a KO, he could get it, but he's under attack. He's gonna have to back up here. There's only one piece of farm on their side of the Mammoth. It's all the way at the bottom over here. That ball toy. Honestly, I'd go for it. Or just wait for a new farm to appear. Mimikyu's making a quick attempt at a score. Yeah, I can only do so much right now. Please. Please get that farm to the defender. No, no. Make him evolve. Man, there is just no farm right now. Oh no. This Mammoth slide is falling into the meme. Please evolve, my friend. Just evolve that. Oh, Meowth is under attack. He's getting isolated out by the Scizor. Won't be able to KO. Scizor is very bulky on the defensive end. There's that block. Huge block. Into the Solar Beam combo. Double KO for Suicune. Experimental's gonna have to back up here. Get the farm. You're gonna let this top Registeel go. You don't really have a choice. Farm up and get some levels, get some tools under your belt. then fight again. Scizor's level 12. He's leading the pack. And it's only getting stronger from here. Auto objective is up. We have Snorlax scoping it out. It should be Regieleki. Yes. That doesn't change. Meowth and Cone's going to be trying to play for it. But meanwhile, at the center here, we have Mew getting a lot of entry damage. Garchomp is over halfway KO'd. He's going to be able to grab a berry here. Male over here, we got Mimikyu getting a lot of damage here. So much entry damage. And Shadow Sneaking, going from one target to the next. No, Mammoth, no, 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 no. Yep, there's the old Mammoth line. And a 40? Nope. And a 50? It's gonna be hard. You're gonna have to fight for that one, mate.
Math, guys. Do math.
Do math.
Never mind.
Yeah, I was trying to do it best as can, but it's getting singled out by the Mimikyu ult. That's a big KO on the Scizor. That is levels. All right. Nature is healing once again. Everyone's kind of backing up. Experimental's doing the Regieleki objective. D4's getting a lot of farm on their side. They've earned it. Beats Y with a Regieleki secure. Garchomp's over at center. Trying to hit Regidrago, but didn't finish it fast enough. And he got isolated. That's a KO. All right, clock is winding down, so there's some questions that need to be asked. Bot top is completely, and I mean completely defenseless. Does D4 threaten to go for the back cap up top? Or they just control the area in the pit? Looks like they're gonna opt to control the area in the center. That's a Mewtwo pickup. There's that X speed. Pushing people around, that's good synergy with block. It's a 5v4, but Mewtwo should be coming in soon. We have Mimikyu waiting in the bush, waiting for a Shadow Sneak. Shadow Sneak's range extends when there's more obstructions, like bushes and walls. That goes Scizor with an ult. He wants to smoke on the defenders. He doesn't care who he fights. Garchomp with an ult, he's going in, but is there going to be a Mimikyu counter for that? Yes, there is. Using up all the time. Oh, we got Meowth on the... Oh, he got Meowth to pick up the attacker. There it is. Double KO. Fault by Scizor. Yep. There's only 2 people left for D4, but 3 people left for Experimental. Make that a 2v2. We got Mega B2Y. He dodges the Shadow Sneak. Meowth's going for backup earlier. It's going to have to recall. D4 still has the lead here. And they're looking to extend that lead. There's no one around here. This is a good call. Garchomp's going to have to start this objective here. There's no choice. This is your win condition. Mew's coming in to secure. Someone's going to have to block that out. That is a Mammoth Swine job. He missed the Solar Beam secure, but Mimikyu picked up the slack. Well, that should be all she wrote for Game 2. Division 4 holding strong. They don't even need to score at this point. There goes another Garchomp ult, but that's a moot point. So, it's my understanding that it was Experimental that wanted the ground on map pick, correct?
I think so, yeah.
Ground on, that's a strong objective. You have to pick mons that have secure. And none of their mons actually met that criteria. Looking at it now. I mean, D4's got Mew for that. Granted, he slightly mistimed it, but that's not the point. Yeah, they didn't pick mons with that objective quite in mind, but Their team comes all about fighting. And they did fight. They did do it well. But just D4 just did it better. Looking at this report card here, we got the Scizor, MVP once again. He was the Mega Gyarados from last match. 204 points scored, 9 KOs, 12 assists, 89 overall rating. This kid can do it all right now. It was controlling the battlefield. 80k too. Yeah, he was the one fighting the most. That makes sense. Well, it's a 3 out of 5. Experimental's got a chance to make a reverso 3-0 sweep. That has happened before, and it will happen again in the future. Let's see how things play out. Experimental is doing decently well, all things considered. Granted, they're a new team. They're hanging in there. They just need to make some adjustments. And they can actually win this set. That is a good point. That weekend had 28, like, it was just savage. Great savagery. That's what you want to see in your mages. Every fight is their fight. They don't get to sit one out. All right, we're going to be looking to see who wants what pick and what map. I know what Umi's thinking. Pick Rayquaza, you cowards.
Yeah, someone needs to pick Ray.
No one and their mother likes Rayquaza. Listen, hear me.
I love.
Listen to me. No one likes that thing. The only thing they like less than Rayquaza is Zapdos. They like Zapdos so little that they had to put it in the game proper to give it purpose. Coming February 27th. At a Unite near you.
Bottom is priority, right?
Let's see. Solus is experimental, right?
Yes.
Yes, experimental wants first pick. That is bottom team.
Yep.
They want first pick. They want Kyogre. And it looks like they're going to be ready pretty soon.
Alright, D4 is ready. Alright, they're both ready. Pulling the lever.
Pull the lever, Umi. Pull the lever. And if you ever made a mistake, I get to tell you not that lever.
That was totally a crunk moment. I had to check if I picked Kyogre. I almost went to Rayquaza. I was like, you're just gonna...
The lever. The lever to start Kyogre. That lever. On the 3-5 pick. That lever. The Kyogre lever.
Welcome
yes.
to Season 10 drama.
Yes, the Kyogre lever. Pull that one. All right. Let's check out these bans. They're going to be banning Meowth, even though they had it. They just don't want to give it away. I honestly think they should be banning Mimikyu and Scyther/Scizor from experimental. They should be banning those two mons, though they've been problem childs. But they're going to stick to their guns. I like that. Stick to what you know. What they did ban were good mons to ban. They are problem children. They are problem mons. They need to go. At this point, you're just going to have to outplay them. That's what it all boils down to. These bans don't really matter. You just have to outplay them. They're going to be taking Mimikyu from them. Good choice. Walt is considering what to pick next. Psyduck is back on board. The Stunbot is back on board. Same thing with Mega Lucario. These are good picks. Will we see a Trevenant? my opinion, in my opinion, Revenant is like the best defender. Not by much, but I think he's the best. He epitomizes everything a defender should be. And there's other defenders that do that, like Blastoise and like Snorlax. Those are just defenders. They do it all. They create space. They determine where fights happen. They can peel. They're bulky as all hell. It's great. But they won't be going with Trevenant. They're going to go with Blissey and Decidueye. Ah, the bird. Get that bird.
Okay. I'm asking this question again. Who is Luca again in 1v1? Oh, Tinka? There you go.
I mean, ideally the bird, but that bird's going to be having shields from the egg.
Yeah. And the more Tinka fights you, the more it...
Yeah, you don't want to fight that thing up close for very long.
Glaceon? Glaceon Mew?
Oh, Chandelure. Chandelure is scary. Wait, no, it's gonna be an all-arounder.
Person. Okay. Okay, Saru. Okay. Okay.
Alright. That is a very strong pick. I like its Unite move. It just, you line up your shot and everyone gets stunned and they take a bunch of damage. Both teams want to fight you and each have a Mon that can snipe from a distance and do damage from a distance. Teams are fairly similar. Though I will say D4 has a more CC-focused composition between Psyduck and Snorlax. Experimental mainly has Crustle to control space, assuming he's going to go Rock Tomb and X-Scissor. Match is already in progress. We got Psyduck and Lucario heading to the top lane. That is a strong top lane. I wouldn't want to fight it. That is a strong bottom lane. Uh-oh, they got Crustle versus Tinkatongue over here. This is going to be rough for Experimental right here. That is an early Electro Ball, but it's going to be followed up with a Tackle. Sonic's getting a lot of the farm there, but so is Crustle. Aim out the top. Lucario's getting some stacks in and some farm. Uncontested. These Zatos are going to be leaking towards Experimental. Both teams competing for it. Both teams managing their health. Back at the bottom. They have Crustle. He's level 4 already. We're going to have Mew pull up towards the top. They want to get the Lucario online at level 5 as soon as possible. They want to play with the Ceruledge. They want those secures. They have to deal with the Mimikyu. Mew setting up, getting that light screen ready. Setting up that Electro Pulse secure. Oh, actually going for damage here. That's a lot of damage. That's a KO on Chansey. Followed by a KO on maybe? Double kill? Yep, double kill. 4-man push up top. That gets all the farm there. That gets all the stacks that team needs. And now they've securely won top lane. The invasion begins. This is my jungle, and you can't have it. Yep. Time to leave. If you wanted this farm so bad, you should have won top lane. Experimental trying to recover the best way they can. That's a good secure by Blissey over here. D4 is going towards Regidrago. They're gonna have full firm control over it. Maybe he's just gonna have to make a push from the bottom to try to draw advantage, or actually come to the center. See what he can do. Let's see if he can get the secure. There goes Electro Ball. This is your chance to secure right here. And a heavy slam secured by Snorlax. There goes. Uh-oh. It's not looking good. Double KO by the Psyduck. That kill stealer, I saw you. They're not breaking any pads just yet. You're not getting any form. Like, you're gonna fight for it. Well, since they have the buff, they know exactly when the form's gonna appear here. That is almost level 9. He's gonna get all the form over here. Back at the top, Lucario's almost level 8. He's almost online. He's almost mega. It's gonna happen pretty soon. Kingaton trying to contest for the enemy jungle, which is a good idea, but D4's just on top of it. And that's gonna cost you, mate. Jumping into that close combat from Lucario. Getting punched, setting their hearts ablaze. Back at the bottom, I agree with this. You're just gonna have to get some farm up and get some stacks in. You're gonna have to let that pad go. You guys are gonna need tools. They have a level 9 Cerulege. You can't fight that just yet. Regieleki's now on the top. D4 likes to play for top lane, and now that Regieleki's up here, they can set up a win con of their own. Both teams are split right now, doing their respective things. Regieleki goes in uncontested. Meanwhile, at the bottom, Cerulege is gonna look for a pick he can try to get here. No, he's actually gonna let that bottom pad go. Makes sense. That bottom pad goes. There's even more farm on the side of D4. Lucario cleaning up all the Arduinos on the top side. Dude, that team is starving for experience. Someone get experimental a sandwich. Oh, the ult gets canceled. Oh, the ult gets cleansed, actually. That's a counter for Cerulege ult. But they're getting so much damage in. There's Mega Lucario. He's got a 1v1 the bird. Get back here. There it is. That is an ace. Ugh. Back to business. Score a nice 38. 29 overcap. And we'll take these bees. Yep. Not a lot of fun for experimental. They're getting starved out. Let's see if D4 can keep up the momentum. Got Psyduck walling to the top farm, claiming what's his. Quick cleanup on Lucario for the Altaria. And as a quick secure. Both teams are scattered about. Vision is shown all around. Expandable should see Mew and Snorlax on the map. Not be aware of anybody else. Snorlax is retreating, rightfully so. Experimental is playing towards bottom. This is dangerous. D4 looks like D4 is definitely playing for the win con. Experimental is late for the top objective. Now they're gonna have a team fight once again. There goes Mega Lucario going in. Prussell's ulting himself, but he won't be stopped. Oh yeah, Lucario's just getting so many ults out. There it is, boom! Triple KO. Back over here, we got Psyduck holding down the line, stalling them out. That is a dunzo top pad. Regieleki's still walking down, and now Lucario can turn around and get some cleanup. Experimental stuck dealing with this Regieleki. Gotta stop the bleeding somehow. There's gonna be time for one more Regieleki pretty soon. In the meantime, D4 can go for this Registeel. Uncontested, I'd imagine. Experimental has farm to secure. And the gap keeps widening. Another team fight. There's the block. He's keeping a supporter away, leaving Decidueye alone on an island. Maybe he's trying to stop the bleeding, do what he can, but he gets combo ulted. Oh, he gets cleansed. First, there's the KO on a Mimikyu. It doesn't matter. Going for another block heavy sun combo, but it doesn't quite work out that time around. It's okay. We're gonna have to retreat. The clock's winding down. In about a minute, it's gonna get pretty bad. So before that happens, I would love to see Experimental play straight for the top. Get the positioning now. You guys have to fight for this. Snorlax trying to get a block in. Very polarizing. It's such a good opener. You're doing a lot of bush checking with the solar beam. Looks like no teams on Regieleki right now. They would rather get the positioning at the center. Snorlax is isolated here, but they don't have the damage to actually deal with him. He's still waiting on the bush. Lucario's getting a lot of damage in. He has his Mega. He has his ult. He can pull the trigger anytime he needs to. Oh, he's taking a lot of damage from the Crustle, but he's getting a lot of healing too. Down goes Crustle. There goes their main frontliner. D-Force playing their advantage. Tailledge is using the iframes for the ult. Comboing out. That's just Cure on the Mimikyu. Good snipe from the Mew. We got Snorlax taking all the damage from the Decidueye ult. There goes the Blissey ult to try to save him. But if you save him, you leave someone else isolated. 2 people are down from each team. But it's still not in Experimental's favor. You need a decisive win in a team fight to actually have a chance in this set. Russell's all by itself again. Doing the best he can. Uh-oh. You don't want to be there, this Decidueye. You don't want to be there. There's no one to bail you out. That should be a Dunzo's. Yep, Dunzo. Maybe we could try to do it as best as can, but hero plays don't win games. But it gets you a KO on the Lucario, though. It's starting to turn around. Mew has to ult to bail. Now is the time to rip the objective. Now is the time. 2 members are down from D4. One of them being Lucario. That is to secure that they don't have. They're going to have to box out this Mew. Mew's taking a lot of entry damage. He's going to have to come in last minute. They're going to have to deal with this person they haven't had a chance to secure. Mew, you got to... Oh, Mew, Soul Beam's on cooldown. They're going to have to hurry. Takes it. Oh, no. Mamma mia. With about 30 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, Experimental should have just focused on attacking the objective when they were so low instead of like letting them get in and take that one small chance of stealing. They shouldn't have turned around.
Agreed. Well, it cost them the set. Well, you live and you learn. They got a lot of film to review. Good games to both teams. But the winners of the set is Division 4 Gaming. The better team won today. 608 to 185. Let's check out their report cards. Oh, yeah. That's what you like to see. Tailledge, MVP, 91 overall rating, 192 points scored, 11 KOs, the KO leader of the lobby, 13 assists, only outdone by the Mew with the 15 assists, and 82,000 damage. Once that mod went in, it didn't stop. Good stuff from D4. Let's see if we get these guys in for an interview. But I would like to say Experimental held their own there for each game. For being a relatively new team, they're pretty decent. I'd love to see them and cast for them in the future.
They didn't like it or anything.
This was their match to lose, but they get to learn from it. So, and in my book, that's a win. Games are lost, but experience is gained.
Only week 1.
Only the first week.
Every single game that I've like watched went over my expectations, so I'm glad everyone's learning.
Yep. Yep.
Did you lock it?
I joined you. Did you lock it?
No, I didn't. There they are.
Hello.
Hello.
Congrats on the win.
Appreciate it.
You guys won. It was a 3-0 and a handshake. Pretty good. So yeah, Experimental was a brand new team here. They put up a decent fight for each of the games. How are you guys feeling about how experimental played in this set? We have some thoughts on that.
I think they on experimental. I think they played pretty well. They had some interesting plays to stealing the Mimikyu away, banning their own Meowth. But yeah, overall it was a decent match.
I agree. Honestly, their biggest curveball for me was kind of difficult to draft against them. They are doing some like non-conventional picks, which honestly I really liked. Kind of changes things up for us. So it's actually really fun, a really fun series.
Yeah, definitely. That's the thing with the new team. You can't like quite pin down on like what exactly they want. So like, you just have to rely on like your raw fundamentals and like the knowledge that you already have. So they definitely test you guys in that regard. But I would say you guys passed that test. So good on you guys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking
It
into
felt really good. We've
Yeah.
put a lot of work in. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking into this last game here, I see you guys finally got the Mega Lucario pick. So was that one of the ones you guys were always like trying to like secure, or that's like one of the ones you can like play with? Let's talk about that for a second.
It's definitely a mon.
Yeah, I just feel like
go ahead.
Mega. Go, yeah, go,
Okay.
Mark, go.
It's definitely a mon that we try to keep out of their hands. Whether we play or not really isn't too important, but we just definitely don't let the opponents get it, essentially.
I see. I have another question with in one of the games. I believe it was game 2. Mega Charizard Y was on the board. You guys didn't ban it, but you guys didn't pick it either. But you guys knew how to actually deal with it. Can we talk about that for a moment?
Charizard Y is it's everywhere right now, right?
Yep.
Everyone has their own counter to it. Everyone knows how to play against it. So we actually haven't been practicing it much because like we're never gonna get it in a game, you know?
Yeah.
Perma ban.
Yep. So yeah, so we just left it up, and when they didn't pick it, we were like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I feel like we've gotten really used to playing against it for the most part, and a lot of the things that we like, Megachar doesn't like. So just like our style as a team, we're generally pretty happy to play into it sometimes. Sometimes it burns us. It's a really good mon, but we have our own countermeasures when we need it.
Yeah, from what I could gather from at least from the competitions you guys have played in the past, you guys like to have like a front heavy team with one backliner like attacker providing a lot of cover fire and a lot of vision, a lot of bush checking. So that's one style of play you guys have. But do you guys have any other types of team combinations you guys like want to talk about? Any other themes you guys have?
I don't know.
Well,
If we
How
want to
about
say a
how
lot.
about we leave that a secret?
All right,
I don't know if we want to say a lot.
that was a trick question.
We
Trick question.
got stuff in the bag.
You guys have stuff in the back pocket. But yeah. Well, that's all the time we have for you guys today. But good stuff. Congratulations once again to the victor goes to spoils. Yeah, and as always, of course, I love casting you guys. Love what you guys play. Got to check out some of your games in the Articuno League. You guys did very well there. Yeah. As always, this match will be posted on Twitch. After the broadcast ends, it'll be published. And then shortly after that, it will be exported to my YouTube channel. There's a playlist for you guys, the Lotus League. It's going to be uploaded there soon.
Awesome.
Amazing. Thank you
Can't
for
wait to see
streaming
it.
it, and thank you for doing this.
No problem.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thanks
having
casting,
me.
man.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we out.
All right. Well, you heard it here, guys. We're going to wrap it up. Things here for this game. There should be another set happening Saturday tomorrow. Let me pull up who's playing in that one. It will be For Fun versus Outrage, happening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be an exciting set.
Outrage is gonna. I'm excited for Outrage. They're also a new team.
Outrage is a new team. True.
Oh, and we have another team entering into this week too. They're about to sign up as well. So tune in for a new team entering the Shinobi.
Awesome. The more the merrier. I potentially won't be casting that Saturday game because I'm a member of For Fun as a sub. So if I need to play, I'll be playing. If I don't be playing, I'll be casting. So I'll keep you guys in the loop. So yeah. Till then, have fun, dudes, and stay hydrated. And remember,